It was a humid December afternoon in Lagos, the sun casting golden rays across the city's bustling streets. Dr. James Okafor adjusted his tie as he entered the Lagos International Medical Conference. The conference was one of the most prestigious events in the medical field, attracting professionals from all over Nigeria. Despite the accolades and opportunities, James wasn't particularly looking forward to it. Conferences were a reminder of what he had lost. 5 years ago, on Christmas Day, his mother's sudden passing from a heart attack had changed his life forever. Since then, Christmas had been a season of grief rather than joy. Dr. Evelyn Adideo walked into the conference hall with a quiet resolve. She'd spent the morning debating whether to attend. 2 years ago, on Christmas Day, her fiancé had ended their engagement without warning, shattering her dreams of a happy future. She'd buried herself in work ever since, avoiding any semblance of holiday cheer. The festive decorations in the hall, garlands, blinking lights, and a towering Christmas tree only deepened her sense of isolation. Yet, a part of her hoped that immersing herself in her career might bring some solace. James and Evelyn were seated at the same table during one of the breakout sessions. The topic was on advancements in cardiology, a subject that resonated deeply with both of them. When Evelyn's phone slipped from her hand, James instinctively picked it up and handed it to her. "Thank you," she said, offering a small smile, her eyes briefly meeting his. "No problem," James replied, noticing the faint sadness behind her polite expression. Dr. James Okafor. Dr. Evelyn Adideo. "Nice to meet you." Their initial conversation was polite but distant, colored by their mutual hesitations and guardedness. However, as the conference progressed, they found themselves drawn to each other. They exchanged ideas on patient care, shared jokes about medical mishaps, and even laughed at the poorly organized coffee breaks. By the end of the day, James invited Evelyn to dinner, and to his surprise, she accepted. Over dinner at a quiet restaurant overlooking the Lagos Lagoon, they opened up about their lives. James spoke of his mother's unwavering influence on him and the void her death had left. Evelyn shared her heartbreak and the walls she'd built to protect herself. There was an unspoken understanding between them, a recognition of shared pain. They didn't rush to fill the silences, finding comfort in each other's presence. As weeks turned into months, their bond deepened. They began dating, cautiously at first. Evelyn was charmed by James' thoughtfulness and quiet strength, while James admired Evelyn's resilience and intelligence. Yet, despite their growing affection, shadows of their past lingered. James struggled with trust. His late mother had always vetted his past relationships, and without her, he felt adrift. Evelyn, on the other hand, doubted James' commitment, haunted by the betrayal she had once endured. The turning point came in July when James' father, a retired professor, suffered a severe heart attack. Rushed to the hospital, the prognosis was grim. James was paralyzed by fear and guilt. He'd been so consumed with work that he hadn't spent enough time with his father. Evelyn, however, stepped in, taking charge of the situation with unwavering confidence. "I can perform the surgery," she told James' family, despite knowing she had a flight to catch in 3 hours to attend a fellowship interview abroad. "Are you sure?" James asked, his voice trembling. "Yes," she replied. "Your father needs us now. The flight can wait." Evelyn's skill and composure during the operation were extraordinary. She worked tirelessly, her expertise evident in every precise movement. James watched from the observation room, his heart swelling with a mix of fear and admiration. When the surgery was declared a success and his father stabilized, James felt an overwhelming surge of gratitude and affection. He realized how much Evelyn meant to him. She wasn't just someone who understood his pain, she was someone who could share his future. The following months saw a transformation in their relationship. They began addressing their unresolved wounds, leaning on each other for support. Evelyn encouraged James to talk about his mother and the memories he cherished, while James helped Evelyn rebuild her trust in love. They decided to reclaim Christmas, turning it from a season of sorrow into one of joy. On Christmas Eve, James surprised Evelyn with tickets to Paris. She hesitated at first, her practical nature urging her to decline, but James' enthusiasm was infectious. "Let's make this Christmas unforgettable," he said, his eyes shining with hope. They arrived in the City of Lights on Christmas morning, the streets alive with festive cheer. The Eiffel Tower glittered in the distance, and the aroma of freshly baked pastries filled the air. As they walked along the Seine, snowflakes began to fall, adding a magical touch to the moment. James stopped by a small bridge, taking Evelyn's hands in his. "Evelyn, meeting you was the best thing that ever happened to me. You've shown me that love can heal, even the deepest wounds. I don't want to face another Christmas without you." He dropped to one knee and revealed a sparkling ring. "Evelyn Adideo, will you marry me?" Tears welled up in Evelyn's eyes as she nodded, her voice choked with emotion. "Yes, James. Yes." The crowd around them erupted in applause as James slipped the ring onto her finger. For the first time in years, Christmas felt like a season of hope and new beginnings. Their love story became a testament to resilience and healing, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, light could be found. Together, they vowed to make every Christmas a celebration of love, laughter, and second chances, turning their shared pain into a foundation for a brighter future.